All right, everyone, we are back with episode 2 here in Frostpunk. I'm Drew, and we together are ruling our little remnant of civilization here, our city. We're doing pretty well. No one's died yet. That's usually a good measuring stick. So it's midnight on. It just became day 8, and so no one's died. We only have 10 people who are sick. And looks like most of them are going to be healed between 7 and 10 hours from now. So that's good. We're building some things. There's only 4 people who are hungry, and we've got 50 rations. And I think this next episode, we're going to focus on food production and getting some mines, I think. Usually good. Alright, let's speed it up. Okay, 2 people ate, so we're down to 10 people who are sick, down to 1 person who's hungry. Good. Oh, some more people are getting sick. I don't know why. Well, it's probably because these people are cold. 14 people are sick. Come on. Okay, so I'm going to go extra rations for the ill, which is like, I'll show you here in a second when we pass the law. But now, if we dedicate 10 food rations, it will speed up their recovery. So I'll just do that this one time just to show you. So 4 hours, 6 hours, 2 hours, it's like 25% off the time. It's a real benefit. But you have to do that for each hut, each medical post. So like if we wanted to really do it, it's 30 rations, So I'm not willing to go that much, but hopefully we can get everybody back to work here tomorrow morning. Okay, it's 5. Let's get these people out here building this stuff. And so I'm actually gonna have these people dedicated to getting these things built today at some point. We're researching more scouts. It's pretty good. Yeah, this is going. That is going. This is going. Oh, we need to slow this down. Our automaton is going to be here today at some point. Alright, so this has been built so we can get this sawmill up and running again. This gathering that's been built, that's good. So I'm going to get this gathering post going again. And I'm going to assign people to the steelworks. And so right now you can see we've built, more stuff than we can staff. But that's okay. I mean, we had the resources. We might as well spend those resources to keep, so we don't fill them up and we can't hold anymore. And then we will find more people. And so when we do, we'll have somewhere for them to work, which is great. So. Alright. We're down to 7 people sick. So I think I'm going to put... I don't have anybody doing that, to be honest. So let's keep this going. So there's one thing that we could do, and that's build some additional workshops. And we can just pause that construction. So we're going to be done with more scouts here in a second. Okay, let's pause. we'll take all the workers out of here. We'll make more scouts. And so we're going to send them to this observatory. I don't like sending a bunch of people all in the same direction at the beginning of the game. Maybe at the end of the game it's going to be important, but I'm going to diversify that just a little bit. So we've got multiple scouts out. That's good. Pick a new research. So I'm going to come over here to this, and now I'm going to check our forecast. We are going to go down to -40 again. So we do have a bunch of resources. I'm going to go with the bunkhouse. So how long is that going to take? Nope. 10 hours. Okay, so that's no good. I'm actually going to take these guys out and make food rations for people, because we do not want them to get hungry again. So right now, if we had an influx of 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 people, we would have jobs for them. We wouldn't have houses for them. Let's check our economy. Let's go down to housing. We have 6 beds available. So we'd still need to build 5 tents. Alright, let's get these. Okay, it's 6 o'clock. Food is still a problem. Oh, our automaton is here. Super good. So these automatons are kind of like semi-sentient robots. So think like droids from Star Wars. They're kind of like almost real. You can't really see them right now. Let's hop out and pop back in. That work? If I do this. Okay. Using automatons. Our first automaton is operational. This will help our economy greatly. Automatons can replace entire manual labor crews. They can work around the clock with short breaks to refuel at the generator. We can research upgrades to raise their efficiency and capability. Oh, I see. Alright, so let's see if we can see this guy. Okay. I don't know why we can't see him. Oh, there he is. The Mark II Hampshireman. It's a pretty neat name. They really give these automatons some pretty cool names. So we could dismantle it, and we would get 100 steel, 100 wood, 50 coal, and 1 steam core, and that is what it costs to make it. So I'm telling you, man, like, I'm not going to trade one of those in at the beginning of the game for 89 steel and 2 cores. Alright, so this guy can be assigned to work somewhere. So where do we want him to work? Well, I'm going to put him in this other steel mill just because it's our smallest resource. We have the least amount of it. Why is... Oh, coal's just going up. Something still... Yeah, he doesn't need to do that anymore. I wish that I could get him to assign just him to build these buildings. That would be amazing. But I can't. I'm going to take those guys out and turn that off, since we only have 4 people who are sick. I'm going to bump up the time. So we are working on bunkhouses just so that we can improve basically the living conditions of everybody in our city. But then I think I'm going to go for hothouse so that we can start really generating some more food, because we are poor on food generation. And like, we have 50 or 60 slots available for workers, and I still want to assign them to be hunters, you know? So maybe our scouts can find us some food. Okay, so we've got no people who are sick. Excellent. We've got 10 food rations. Not as excellent. He is only working at 60% efficiency, so he's only generating 2.4 units of steel an hour. But, I mean, considering that it's, 1800 is the shut-off time, and then it's 7 a.m., 8 a.m., so like we're still gonna get 10 or 15 steel a night when otherwise we wouldn't. Okay, 2 people are sick. That's not a problem. So let's have people build these buildings. 4 people are sick. Slow this down. We're almost done with bunkhouses. Okay, and we are going to be able to max out our research. So our research is going to really take off. So now I'm kind of hoping that we do find some more people. Alright, let's staff these people. You're all going to work overtime, so everyone's going to be unhappy. We're going to pause the game because now we've got scouts doing stuff. Oh, and they found some survivors. Okay, so we are going to send the survivors to our city. Instead of astronomers, we are met by some of our lost people. They explain they came here for help but found everyone dead. The astronomers continued their observations until they starved. What was so important for them? They wrote it up in their diaries. The loss of sunlight can't be explained solely by the fouling of the atmosphere from the southern volcanoes. The sun is dimming. That's not good. Alright, so we are going to tell them where the city is, and then we are going to run over to the Gloomy Cave. We finished the bunkhouse, so now we are going to go hothouse. If we had more people who were ill, I would probably go medical post. Alright, so what do we want to do here? We probably want coal is being fine. We probably don't need the people to do steel. We want them to come down here and start building our convert our food into rations, build the bunkhouses as quickly as we can. So they're going to be here in a day, and that's 33 people, and we have 6 beds open, so that's 27 people, so we need to build 3 more houses. Go, automaton, go. I wonder if I turned this off, if he would help build houses. Okay, pause. The weather station, explore. Coal and steam cores. We found scientists' notes. They predict that the great cold is going to get much worse. Excellent. What's more troubling is that the observations ended abruptly months ago. There's also not a can of Spam or even a crumb of bread left in the pantry. It's obvious they moved out for good. We can see the city of Winterhome from the roof of the weather station. Neat. Let's run over to Winterhome. 15 hours. And down here. Abandoned station. The recent report from the weather station has got people talking. They're frightened that such an important facility was apparently abandoned. Some are starting to wonder whether the evacuation from London was a good idea. A few are lamenting openly. I knew we shouldn't have come. At least London had real houses, not tents and wooden shacks. Alright, so Hope's gonna go down. Stop grumbling. 14 are homeless. Alright, yeah, because we're building this house. 12, 25, 23, yep. So no one's died yet. 18, 12, and 3. You know what, maybe we can make this go a little faster. Not a lot going on today. It's 2 in the afternoon. So like when you're upgrading housing, I like to upgrade from the outside in, because the further away you are from the generator, the less warm it is, obviously. Alright, so now we'll do medical post upgrade. So now that we have 3 things up and running, we're really cooking. So now it's about 5 hours to do these, these different technologies. So we're really cooking with gas now as far as that's concerned. We got another law. I really don't want to do soup. So food additive says we can add sawdust to the meals to make them more filling, although not exactly tasty or healthy. Sawdust meal available in the cookhouse. Hope will fall, discontent will rise. Some people eating sawdust will get ill. Or soup. We can cook soup instead of full meals to feed more people with the same amount of raw food. So we get soup. So now it would become, instead of 2 units for every unit of raw food, it's 2.5 units for every unit of raw food, so it stretches it a little bit. Hope will fall, discontent will rise. Eating soup will cause discontent. I think I'm just going to wait on signing the new law for a minute. Okay, let's get you out of here. It's 7 o'clock. We've got 20 workers unassigned. Let's build 2 more bunkhouses. So another neat thing you can do with automatons, like we come over here, we see we have 122 units left in that pile, 128 in this pile. If we want to, we could just pound out these piles really quickly, and then I've been flirting with a strategy where you don't necessarily need gathering huts. And it's one thought. Okay, 4 people are sick. 2 hours, 3 hours, 11. So we got our more scouts, we got our bunkhouses, we're upgrading those. We're going to build a hothouse here in a second to help with our food production. And then I think we'll probably upgrade our tech again. Okay, so there's another bunkhouse down. So we're just going to upgrade to drafting machines. It's kind of a dull period right now. Don't need the coal, don't need the steam core. Do need these human beings. 18, 12, and 3, they're doing fine. No one's perished. We'll kick up the speed. 3 people are sick. No one's hungry. We're really towing that line with food. 2 people are sick. Heading in the right direction. We're going to have to figure out how we want to use these incoming people. 3 people are sick, so there's +1, 4. Yeah, you blink sometimes and these numbers go up. And the only reason I shut down this medical post is I don't want to use the coal from the heater, and I don't want to have the people assigned if I don't have to have them assigned. Alright, pause. Go check. Winter home. Alright, here it is. Let's see what happens. Ooh, not good. This doesn't look like a very secure building. The fall of Winter Home. The streets of the ruined city are littered with scores of dead bodies. Yeah. Negative stuff. The City Chronicle describes the shortage of food and citizens' increasing despair, the following squabbles, riots, and descent in anarchy, fights for dwindling resources and eventual starvation. The last entry, God forgive us, we're eating our dead, there is no hope. Well, that's a bummer. We are on our own, but we did find 2 steam cores. Okay, we are going to run over here to the coal mine, and then probably back to the city. We are alone. The news has shocked everyone in the city. There were supposed to be many settlements and construction crews here, people living normal lives in homes heated by generators, but we're alone. Hope falls. And there's nothing you can do. If your hope is bad, it's going to fall down to this point. If your hope is great, it's going to fall down to this point. And so, I mean, like, you want hope to be high anyway, so you might as well practice at it, but there's nothing you can do to prevent this fall. So the rabble's unhappy. Winter home has fallen. They're all dead. How will we survive here without any help? We have to go back to London. There's no hope for us here in this frozen desert. People start to gather as the news of Winterhome spreads through the city. Some of them want to drop everything and flee to London. Panic is starting to set in. I must give them purpose. So here's the big deal. You can choose 2 paths for how we're going to give people hope. You can do order and discipline and become like an authoritarian regime, or you can do faith and spiritual strength. And I would rather have people be faithful than be a part of some authoritarian regime. So we get a new purpose-driven law tree, and I'm going to go right into House of Prayer. So the first thing it wants us to do is build 2 houses of prayer. So we have a new building thing called Faith. I'm going to put one right here on the road, trying to encompass as many houses as I can. And then I'm going to fit the other one in right here so that we get all of the houses, I believe. Yeah. And I am going to immediately build these. So I don't care that it's 3:30 in the morning, we're building our churches. Guys, build our churches. The unconvinced want to leave. Sir, you've convinced the majority, but hope is low. A group of our people are still so scared they want to flee the city for London in 15 days. They've come to try and change your mind. You say that faith will save us? Nonsense. What are we going to pray for food when we start to starve? Shouts one of them. If we don't try and reach London, we'll end up like Winterhome. Calm down, we're not going to die. All right, folks, just relax. Your people are divided. Some of them are so scared they plan to leave the city. They'll convince others to join them, preying on their discontent. Fear may lead people to desperate acts. Maintain peace, give people hope, and manage their discontent to guide the city safely through the looming social crisis. So we've got 8 Londoners, and people are scared and hope is low, so it's likely that other people will join them. People join the Londoners. So at the beginning of every day, people will, depending on what the tendency is, they'll either leave or join the Londoners. So we're going to build our churches, our houses of prayer. Temperature went down, so people are going to become less happy. Alright, everything is fine. We built our first church, built our second church. Hope has gone up, that's good. And now we can do a sermon, which will raise hope a little bit more. So we'll be able to do a sermon, again, in 2 days. Okay, let's pause. 8 o'clock. We've got 20 people. 5 of them are going to make food. We have 4 people who are sick. We are starting to lose coal production, so we're going to put them back in the house or the gathering post to handle that. And then this is staffed, so everyone else is going to come over here and work in that sawmill to work on wood production. Okay, so if you noticed, we bumped our hope up, and so now instead of 3 chevrons that the Londoners have toward people joining them, now they only have a single chevron. So that's good. So we knocked that down a bunch. And in 2 days, we're going to be able to cast another, or to make another law. So we're going to continue to try and renew people's faith. So we have some people in livable conditions right here. So once we're done here, we may think about making the generator more powerful. And like tonight, I don't usually do this trick with the generator, but I can show you a trick that you can use to kind of manage the game a little bit more. Okay, let's pause. Gloomy Cave. Oh, they found more people. Oh, there are bears. That's terrible. Beset by beasts. We can hear terrified shrieks coming from a cave uphill. When we come closer, several polar bears turn towards us, blocking the entrance. There are people trapped inside, and those beasts are picking them off one by one and feasting on them. Leave the bears alone. The bears kill the survivors. Or we can risk attacking the bears. The people in the cave will live. Scouts will escort them to our city if they survive. And it's 29-33 people, and so our scouts are brave, and so they will attack these bears. Oh, we had to help the survivors. When our scouts attacked the bears, the people in the cave joined them, and together they drove the beasts away. Unfortunately, the scouts died from their injuries. The people they saved set out towards our city, guided by a map made by our scouts. So we lost our scouts, but we traded them for, 4 or 5 times their number of survivors. So let's see, can we make more scouts? We need 17 more wood. I don't know if steel's really all that important. Let's have the automaton work in the wood thing, then we'll free up the workers for when we have the wood. Our survivors reach the city. Sir, a group of survivors has reached the city. They are tired. They'll need a place to rest, a bite to eat, and perhaps some medical attention. But they are ready to lend a hand when they, however they can. Well, that's awesome because I have this that needs to be staffed. I have that needs to be staffed. I have this that needs to be staffed. Nice. Okay, so we're close to 40 wood. There it is. So now we can get our... Oh, you need 5 people. Alright, pause. So we will do 3. We'll max out the engineers in that place. We will go and get our scouts back. Ooh, boom. And so now we are going to send them to the crash site. So the other way to think about this, if you want to think about it a little bit more like min-maxy, is that these people are the remnants of the scouts that we had, but then it's like the scouts immediately went back to our city and we're able to send them. So it's not as efficient as going from this site to this site, but it's not that bad. So like we get more people, which we needed, and then we almost immediately got our scouts back and sent them out scouting again. So it's not that bad. So we need to send a new thing. Let's what do we want to do here? Food is still a problem. Let's not do anything since we don't have enough wood. So we're going to do our sawmill upgrade because it only costs 10 steel and we don't have enough wood. So this will take about 5 hours, which will give us time to generate more wood. We do need to build 2 more homes for our new guests. And then 23, another, 3 homes. Yeah. Food to make the hot house. Bunkhouses are 20 and 10. Now we're up to 140 people, and it'll be 170 people, and we have 59 food. So, I mean, everyone's going to eat, and no one's making anything. Okay, here comes the wood again. So let's make some bunkhouses. Bunkhouse, bunkhouse. And we're out of wood. See, wood is just absolutely essential. Coal pile depleted. Alright, so we're down to this. Okay, so that went quickly. So we'll decommission this gathering post. $1,800. That was finished. So now what do we want? We can make our scouts go faster. We can get coal mines. Coal's not really a problem. We can upgrade our steel. That's not really necessary. I think food's still the biggest problem, and we still don't have 30 wood. Come on. Alright. So I think we're going to go for more food production so I can stop complaining about it. So let's take a look at our church. Hope is still kind of a bummer. Okay, so when we get this bunkhouse done, we won't have any homeless people for 10 hours, and then we'll have a bunch of homeless people again. Let's kick this up. 9 hungry, 10 hungry people. Not a lot of sick people. The rebirth of faith. Sir, people have started to visit the house of prayer. There aren't many of them yet, but it might be the start of something special. It seems they really needed a proper place of worship. Oh, I'm glad to hear it. Could have given me a little hope boost. That would have been nice. So our automaton is working on generating wood overnight for us. These look like they're almost tapped. Okay, great. As soon as I hit the go faster button, they coal mine. More coal than we can use. The coal mine was in operation until very recently. The machinery isn't running now, but there doesn't seem to be anything wrong with it. Perhaps the mine simply extracted its quota or filled the loading bay. We could retrieve plenty of raw materials if we took the machinery apart. Only take the stored coal, and that's 260, so that's a lot. Or we could dismantle this thing, and we would get the coal, a bunch of steel, a bunch of wood, and 2 cores. I'm only going to take the coal because I am going to set up a mine here, which was going to give us a ton of coal, like more than we can house type of coal. So we're going to bring these guys back with their app, which will double our coal, and it'll give us a bunch of steam cores. And then these guys are going to be here early in the morning. And we'll have to build them houses. And we'll wait till they show up. Hopefully they're not all sick. Oh, we're up to 8 people who are sick going to treatment. 18 hours. That's a bummer. Okay, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Need to build a hothouse. Start making food, hopefully all day long. The Londoners have they're up to 17 followers. It's another day before we can use our sermon. Another 10 hours before we can get another law. Everything's fine, guys. Just relax. Okay, those people showed up. Okay, yep, so we've seen that before. So now, we'll assign some engineers and turn that on so we can get our sick just healed all up. Let's build them some homes right off the bat. And you might as well build bunkhouses instead of tents unless you're absolutely strapped for resources, because you're going to upgrade them anyways. Okay, we're about 4 hours away from Flying Hunters. We'll be able to upgrade there. Let's build these houses. Let's convert that raw food into real food, and then we'll get them plugging away at some of these other things. Wow, we really used a lot of steel building those houses. Okay, so the good news is that tomorrow morning it goes down to -30, so that's good. Or actually, it goes up to -3. One other thing we can do, we can build a sawmill right here. And then another thing we can do is we can redo this road. Okay, and we can, if you really want to get picky about it, you can touch things up as you go. They found wood and raw food. Explore. Alright, take that resources. Sorry I didn't read it. Kind of need all the stuff. Playing a little bit faster here. So we need that stuff. Okay, so we need to build one more house. So I like to try and keep my housing on one side of the city and then take advantage of the closest area to the generator. Now, the reason I do that is I want to keep as many houses in the house of prayer as possible, but I can also build them on the roads that are already constructed, and then that gives me kind of this nice divide between like where you work and where you live. So once they get this finished, I'm not going to be able to research anything because I just don't have the steel. So unless I can find something for 10 wood, I can do steam hubs. Okay, might as well research steam hubs. Keeps us researching something that we're likely to want at some point anyways. Guys, can you finish this road? I don't understand what the problem is. Thank you. So we'll turn this on, we get workers into here. Turn this on, we get workers into here. Turn this on, the drill. That's already got stuff on. We'll put a bunch of engineers into there. And we are staffed, everybody. A woman in despair. The woman is sitting in the snow pit. No one's died. Holding her dead husband's hand. Once again, no one's died. Crying her heart out. Perhaps you should have agreed to give people proper burials after all. You know what? That's true. But no one's died. Discontent will rise slightly. Hope will fall slightly. I need hope more than I need discontent, so I'm just going to take this option. So we have 18, whatever. So let's see if we can build a hothouse. Let's put it right here. It fits in nicely. Oh, we are starting to lose coal. Why is that? Because we don't have a coal mine. And we tapped out. Okay. That's a huge problem. We will need to research a coal mine next. So we are going to go for evening prayers. Number one, because I don't have to build anything. Oh boy. So next we're going to get a coal mine because I absolutely cannot afford to have the generator shut off. So this will be done in 5 hours, so we won't get there. We'll almost get there today, and that is a day's worth of coal, and then we can build these. So these people are coming in with wood and raw food, and then we have a bunch of coal coming. So okay, so we should be fine. So something that I am going to do, where we got tech. Oh, that's the steam hubs. We don't need to build those. One thing I am going to do is I'm going to take our automaton and I'm going to put it into our hothouse. And I'm turning on the heater because the hothouse has to be warm enough just to be able to grow plants. And then I will staff this with a mix of people. So you can see just how much better our research has been since we got those 2 extra workshops. Okay, so here's the food and the raw food and the wood, and so now we're almost completely completely at capacity on wood, and we want them to go over here to this camp. That's this group. And then what is this? People are hungry. Hey, let's feed them. You'll have 3 days to feed everybody. Well, that seems like a really 81 food rations. I'm going to go for this just because I think that the hope boost from this will help us get rid of the Londoners. So I'm going to take a little bit of a risk, but we just got a bunch of raw food. We are going to be making food 24 hours a day with our automaton. And we have enough people now, we might even be able to upgrade. We're going to be able to upgrade our hunters' huts here in a second. So I think that this is a feasible thing that we can do. So here comes our... He's going to kind of plug in and get recharged. I think that's awesome. So tomorrow morning we'll have like almost 100 food rations. And then he's going to come over here, and he's making 1.8 units of raw food per hour. So we're going to get maybe, 10 hours, 20, that'll be 18 units of raw food, so that's another 36 rations. And then tomorrow we'll upgrade, now that we have all this wood, we'll upgrade these hunters' huts. 11 people are hungry. We're going to solve that for them here in just a minute. Okay, so you guys are going to come down here to the large convoy. Let's do that. Keep making that food, making the food. We got to feed 1,100 people, and we got to bank 81 rations. Let's see if we can get that all done tomorrow. So it's going to go up. Discontent will go down. We're going to get our sermon back, and if we get some extra food rations, we can actually have evening prayers, which should help get rid of more Londoners. A day until our next law. Coal mining will get done tomorrow as well. I think it's going pretty well. People are eating raw food. That's not what you want. So if people are eating raw food, you're feeding them on a 1-to-1 basis, and that's awful. You have one person without a job. $132%. are sick. Warmed up, discontent has gone down. Pause. Get a new research. What do we want? We are going to get a coal mine. Resource depot upgrade is good. More steel is good. Out. That is good. I mean, now there's a bunch of things that we want. Hunter tactics. -5 people. I kind of want the infirmary. So we'll do that. Get the infirmary. So, at 8 o'clock, we're going to start converting into food rations. Gotta build a coal mine. There's one. There's the other. Let's connect to this road. I haven't done that before. Okay. I feel like we're kind of askew here. There we go. And all these people sick in treatment. Yeah. So one person is starving. I don't want that. We're just going to keep making that food. Looks like our steel generation is going pretty well. So if you staff these with humans, the efficiency goes up and you get more. Heads up on that. So 644 units at 10 an hour, you know, and 8, what was it? 8 until 1800, that's 6. So 4 10-hour workday. So they're going to make 100 wood a day. So this is going to be 6.5 days. You know, and we're on day 12. Okay, so we are reaching our storage capacity. So we are going to build a resource depot. To house some of our wood. Alright, so 75, 24. We're just going to run this. Excuse me. And you can look at who is hungry. And if I select her, I think that I can see where she's working, or he's working. Obadiah Deacon, yeah. He's working in one of the sawmills. So this sawmill, I can go there and say I can take him out specifically. So workers, let's find Obadiah. There he is. We'll dismiss him from working, and now he has to go and either get treatment or eat, depending. So you can really manage this. Like he was going to build. Oh God. So he's just defaulting to whatever So this resource depot is built. We can select wood. So now that's gone down, so we can make more wood. So we'll put these people. Otherwise, we'll build all that stuff, to be honest. Alright, so come over here. What do we want next? Let's get this outpost depot built. Sermon. Evening prayers. Hope went way up. So now we're neutral with the Londoners. And if I can get these people fed in the next 2 days, which shouldn't be a problem. Need one more steel. Okay. Hunter's Hangar. Build that. So I'm just going to get this stuff built because A, it's negative 30 degrees and not negative 40 degrees. A bunch of people are hungry. We have our first coal mine built. I'm not going to staff this coal mine with our automaton until we get the food thing handled. Okay, second mine is built. Working on the infirmary. Working on upgrading the hut, which will give us more food. So these people should gobble up. Okay. Scouts, explore, we're going to get steel and steam cores. Ooh, what was that? Starved Americans, right? The American camp was well supplied with everything except food. Searching the tents, we found more victims of hunger. Most of them have been badly worn, but sophisticated artificial limbs bearing a company symbol Tesla Manufacturing. We can only bury them and take their equipment. So we're going to get 68 steel and a steam core, and then we're going to go over here to this temporary settlement. Outpost depot is almost researched. We are going to upgrade this hut down to 9 people who need to be fed, 7 people who are sick. And now I'm going to dismantle 2 of these medical posts. And I'm going to staff this and heat it. Now the reason I did that is because this opens up 2 more spots for bunkhouses here closer to the generator. And this is toasty warm, and these people are going to recover so much more quickly in the infirmary than they would in a. Okay, so hang on 1 second. We are now going to make shrines, and shrines are amazing in this game. So basically, what they do is they give people something to look at that reminds them of their faith. That really increases their overall efficiency. So basically saying, like, you're reminded that there's something greater than yourself. People regain hope. For the first time, the Londoners have failed to persuade anyone to abandon our city and flee London. People are recovering from their shock at the news of Winterhome and starting to hope for the future. So we're doing it. I mean, we're beating the Londoners, right, if you want to think about it that way. So it's 5 a.m. We're going to build 3 shrines. We can't build them because we don't have enough steel. So we are going to go overtime work on these. Some wood. No. Get some coal. Turn that off. So 62 food. We need to feed 2 more people, and then we need to bank 81 rations in basically a day and a half. Okay. So the first shrine, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to build a road right there, so that we have a dot that we can put on the shrine on. We need one of these little squares. And the reason for that is I want my shrine to be able to hit both my infirmary and my hothouse to increase their overall production. So there's shrine 1 on the as yet to be built road. So then, so I need some workers. I don't even have 10 steel. A lot of intriguing people. So look, I mean, this does such a better job. Less than an hour, 2, 3. Alright, so good. We can dismantle this, and then we can use you for a bunch of other things. That's just wood, so I'll do that one because I need the steel for other things right now, like building shrines. Okay, so we've got 72 food. We are going to try and bank that. So we're just going to run all day generating food. So right now this is at 1.8 units an hour, and then once this incredibly slow shrine gets made, it'll be better. So let's see, we want shrines. So I want 1 shrine What is this? What's my cookhouse? Can I get all three? Yep. So I'm going to put one shrine right here. So now my cookhouse will be more efficient, and all three of my research workhouses. And then I'm going to put the last shrine right here. Oh, that's a bummer. Right here, so that my steel gets my steel output increases. And then you can, you have to make 3 shrines, but you don't have, you can make more of them. So like, I'm going to put a shrine down here to increase my coal production. I'm going to, so now we're up to, did this not work? Oh, maybe it has to be staffed by humans. That could be. So this person, Deacon, oh, he's a hunter. I want to change your name. See, there's always like one guy that's a real problem. So we banked the 81, so that's good. So now all we need is for this guy to go eat, and we're solid. Oh, why won't he go get a meal? He's so hungry. All right. Certain people have started to leave personal charms, beads, and written prayers at shrines as votive offerings. It seems it helps them keep their spirits up in these trying times. I'm glad to hear it. Now, if we just get Butthole Obadiah Deacon over here to go eat. Shrine's been built, hope goes up. Now, okay, scouts, explore the temporary settlement. Memory of injustice. The center of the settlement is marked with an upright boulder. On its roughly planed face, someone chiseled the following: May God forgive the genius who sacrificed human lives in the name of progress, for we can't, exiles of Tesla City. We won't touch the monument, but we decided to dismantle the huts for wood, so 190 wood and a steam core. So let's go to the walled colony. Now, if I needed these resources, I would have brought them back. Like if they had found like a bunch of food or something. So now they're going faster. I don't normally do this, but I'm going to upgrade our resource depots because I get the feeling that we're going to need to bank a ton of stuff in this one. Okay, so these 3 people... Okay, Obadiah went to eat. So Martha, where are you working? You're in the coal mine. Workers. Martha, you are dismissed. Go eat. Okay. Edith. That's some real solid names here. You're in the coal mine, Edith. You are dismissed. Go eat. Alright, scouts. They found some survivors. We're going to explore. They sought Winterhome. The workers who were riding in this convoy told us they were heading for Winterhome. We were supposed to follow the signal from the beacon, but we couldn't pick it up, they say. We tried to follow a search pattern to find it, but we ran out of fuel. We're just going to send them to the city, and then I'm going to go down here to Freshwater Springs. Okay. So if we could just get Edith and Martha here to eat, they're going to eat. Okay. Bam. So we micromanaged Edith and Martha so they could go get a meal, because apparently they were holding out on that. We've got 37, 45 people. That's 5 more houses. Well, there's 2 of the 5. I'm going to dismantle this post. We only have 2 people who are sick. It lets me get one more thing close to the generator, one more house. Edith, Martha, ladies, let's get a meal. My problem. Okay, so I'm just going to pause this so that they have to go eat. Don't go to a servant. I mean, I've spent a half a day trying to get these 2 ladies to go eat. Just go get a meal. Driving me crazy. There's literally nothing else to do. So we got our shrines. I don't know why they don't start this thing. I'm going to get the temple next. But I'm not going to build it until Martha and Edith decide to go have some soup. There's one. Okay, thank God. Okay, continue building the houses. And then where to put the temple. So the temple doesn't really need to be near the heat, source of heat. And there's no, like, anyways, right there is fine. We found some survivors. Can we rob the survivors? We would get 113 wood and 113 steel. And we're pretty good on our population, so we're just going to rob these people. Sorry. We'll take them down to Dreadnought Landing. They didn't look like they could help us, really. So when it comes to the faith-based buildings, I just build them no matter what time of day it is because they're so helpful in beating this Londoners threat. Like, they're not gaining any people, but they haven't lost anybody either. And we only rats. We only win if we can get this 20 number down to 0. As I point to the screen, you guys can't see it. Okay, let's restaff this. Let's staff that. Let's make sure there is. Okay. Temple built. Hope rises. Excellent. And it's a big boost. Okay, so we have everyone. We have 6 people who are sick. And I'm going to feed them some additional rations so that they get better even more quickly. We're going to upgrade our hangar. So we're going to get some more food. Stop. What is the next most important thing? You need to build an outpost depot. I'm going to go hunting tactics now. So what this means is we assign 15 people per hut. So this will reduce that down to 10 people per hut. So if we have 2 huts, we're getting a free hut's worth of people back. Steel. So I think next I'll upgrade my steel production. So look, we're running at one person's going to eat, but otherwise, like, this is working at 120% efficiency because of the shrine, and this is working at, I mean, because one person's eating, that's working at 108% efficiency. Going to work, and 3 people are in treatment. That's fine. Less than an hour, 1, less, 4 hours going to treatment. So we have, in 1 hour, we'll have 2 people in treatment. And this guy showed up and it's 6 hours. So some survivors. We're going to escort them back to the city. It's only 30 people. Okay, so food looking good, healthcare looking good, resource production looking good. What's next? Gotta get rid of the Londoners. It's a big deal. Oh, we want to upgrade our hunter's hangar, and then I would like, we don't have anyone to upgrade it. Okay, you guys can upgrade it. You guys can upgrade it. I would like to get one more hunter's hangar. And then I should probably staff the hothouse with people to take advantage of the shrine. So let's do this. Let's bring you out. We'll use the automaton 24 hours in there. So this is done, so we will dismantle this. And then we will staff this with people, and now we're up to, okay, so that's that. So now we want to upgrade our steelworks. And that'll take 6 hours. That'll be... So we'll get that done today as well. We're almost up to 40 steel. That'll be our third hunter's hut. $5. That is a long time. $430 units. Like, I just kind of have a goal for myself to get rid of all of these resources that are just lying on the ground. It's not easy. So we are... Oh, you know what we need to do? We need to build our outpost depot. Depot. So what the outpost depot lets us do is then we can build a team and send it down here, and we can build a coal mine. We can have an outpost that effectively uses this coal mine. So our city gains access to another huge resource, and they'll send us 800, look at this, coal a day. So I mean, that's 3 days worth of coal every day, and all we need to do is store it somewhere. Everybody, can we please get this stuff built? Okay, that's good. So that's more food. That's good. We'll be able to switch between buildings. And I'm just going to let this be built. It's going to get cold tomorrow. Coal mine optimization, that's more coal. I'm going to extend the range of the generator. Because it's going to get colder tomorrow, and so we can extend this out to the other row of houses. So we've reached the Dreadnought Landing. We're going to find wood, steel, and more steam cores. We found a piece of hull plate bolted to a boulder. It's engraved with the following inscription. The year is 1886. The American Expedition Board Hephaestus landed here in search of a haven from the global glaciation. May God preserve the souls of our fellow countrymen who perished on the way aboard our sister ship Prometheus. We discovered Tesla City. Ooh, that's a lot of stuff. Now, if you go to Tesla City, your scouts can die and you lose all the stuff that you are carrying. So I am going to take all of this stuff back and then go empty-handed back to Tesla City. What do they want us to build? Steam Steelworks. Okay. So we're going to kick up the time. United by Faith. Sir, we're holding an evening prayer this afternoon. Afternoon, sure. Plenty of people are here. They're praying, but also talking and laughing. Oh, I haven't seen anything this heartening in our city for a long time. It really brought the community together. I'm glad to hear it. And we're going to make a sermon, and we're going to do evening prayer so that we can get another huge boost to hope. And then if we click on the temple, we also get ceremonial service. It'll cost us 20 food rations, but at this point I'm just willing to do anything I can to start losing Londoners. And the temple itself may convince people to just... Oh, so there we go. 2 wrongdoers were inspired to mend their ways. So, good. We've got 6 engineers just chilling, not doing anything. So what can 6 engineers do? They can build the other outpost depot. So we'll wait for that. We'll wait for tomorrow to build that, and then we'll build a road to it. So our automaton is working on that sawmill. Going to treatment. So food is once again a problem. We got to make effectively 170 rations a day. So we have the hot house, which is only running during the day now. Hope will fall slightly, hope will fall. So I'm just going to do slightly. And that was enough to knock our tendency down to 1 chevron. That little tiny bit. So irritating. So people are getting sick, but cleric beaten. 3 days to establish the Faith Keepers. I'll establish the Faith Keepers since I get a law in 5 hours. Please stop getting sick. Actually, this is probably a good spot to stop. So thank you everybody for watching this second episode of our adventures in Frostland. Come back tomorrow where we're going to upgrade all these little tents into bunkhouses, extend the range of our generator, and then see what else our scouts can find out in Frostland. Thank you very much.